Lake Oswego Chamber of Commerce's Friday morning networking, where we connect your faces to our local business places. And how glad are you to be here today? Have you taken a look at the work on the walls? Has your jaw dropped? Now, this is a wonderful opportunity to get to meet Brian. And I just want to say, before Brian says the things that he's going to say, I first encountered Brian through the Chamber of Commerce, where Brian did not knock everything over, but instead what he did was he made amazing headshots for every single member of the board. And he did an absolutely fantastic job updating everyone's headshot or getting them their first headshot if that was their case. And as a result of that, my wife and I, when we decided we were going to do an engagement marriage thing and have engagement photos taken, Brian also took our engagement photos. And I'm going to tell you this, they're some of the favorite photos I have of my wife and I. I could not be happier. And that whole period of time is captured courtesy of this man. So please join me in welcoming Brian to the microphone.
We're going to test the dual mic thing.
Dual mic.
So we're good. Test. Can you hear me? Just okay. So one thing he left out, my favorite image of them is one of Christine flipping him over her shoulder on the sidewalk, right?
It was on the sidewalk.
So magazine cover, if I remember correctly. So
And Brian only made her flip me 3 or 4 times.
yeah. Cut. Take. Read it. So thank you all for coming. First off, I have not got the most marketable name, if you've ever seen how it's spelled. So when I opened in '96, I came looking for a name that 2 people would say the same twice, and so I chose Prince Charming Photography and Framing because my vision, the one that inspired me to save all of my earnings from retail to invest into this business 20 years. It took, I'm a slow start, but I wanted something more than just portraits. I wanted to be able to have a venue that allowed other photographers who have archives of beautiful, beautiful fine art photography like you see in here, that would earn from it when they didn't have the time or they're not into marketing. It's a big thing with artists. Any artists in here? Well, most of them do not enjoy the marketing aspect of it, and so I wanted to produce a gallery that would allow them to earn more. I discovered that galleries yield 50% commission, and when I was taken aback until I started paying for my lease. I realized there is a very good reason why the gallery keeps 50, and I wonder why it's not more. So it was not a linear course as you might think. I started out doing everything to guarantee I did not have to go back in retail. If you ask me if I did sports photography, heck yeah, Don, and that's how Don and I met. I got hooked up with some Magic Johnson stuff. So, but it's been a variety of things that have almost always evolved around headshots. High school seniors were my primary business in the beginning. Those people all grew up, become mayors and city councilors and everything else, and they're coming in. I haven't aged, but they sure have. So it's been fun to be able to keep that common thread with headshots, because everything else you see spinning in here and literally spinning in that back room, feel free in that back room to check it out on the right corner. I call it the spin room, and despite what season it is politically, that's not what it is. That is a physical, when you visit my website, you'll be able to see, I'll pop it on the screen after I'm done yammering on, so that you can take a peek at that. But one of the biggest things that I found when I started doing headshots is that I didn't need to market anymore, because they were families, they were parents of seniors, they were people that wanted to buy art. I don't mean to be strict. They don't let me on airport runways here. So. But either way, there was during the lockdown, I had 6 weeks to just figure out what I wanted to do. I suddenly had that time I'd been begging for, so I remodeled. Any of you that have been here before may recognize 2 new walls here. This was a bigger space. This big monitor used to be on the wall with that couch in front of it, and that's where people spent 2 more hours of my time for no extra money deciding what they wanted. During COVID, we put them all online. So that freed me up an extra 2 hours per day to be able to do more of what I really enjoy doing. And one of them, the reason I said photography and framing, was I have closeted my scenic images. Everything you see in here except for the flowers, those are mine. The paintings are not. My kids paint, my dad paints. It skipped this person somehow. I just pushed the button. I know composition and lighting. So I have an artist that paints in the room over here to the left, to the east side of the building. That you're welcome to walk through there. Everything on the wall here, that's all Graham Salisbury. Feel free to grab one of his cards. I sell his stuff for him under the guise of Double Infinity. So I rebranded. I skipped over that. I rebranded to Studio B Photography. That worked better. And before I know I'm going to forget it if I don't say it now. That lady standing in the back, the 2 very grounded people there, that is my lovely wife, Kathy, on the left. She's from New Zealand. I had an international job. We crossed paths in Baltimore and then Australia, and eventually I became a Kiwi importer. And I'm so good at it, I imported her mother to come help. The food in here they made, they worked last night and this morning on getting that prepared. So do partake, but I could not have weathered the 08-09 debacle were it not for my lovely partner, worth everything we've been through in the last 15 years together, and raised 5 kids. So needless to say, we were busy, and I did all 5 senior portraits eventually. So, anyway, I'm going to pop up on the screen one thing. I have never done this before, but I wanted. Because I am the gallery, and I'm not here to promote the gallery, I'm yielding the 40% commission off of anything that is purchased today. 40%, it's all online. Anything you see on the walls is online, including Graham Salisbury stuff. I do a lot of flat work for artists that want to make a residual income, and so that's one of my services. So at Double Infinity you'll find it linked through my site. If you just go to Fine Art, it'll take you to mine, and mine will take you to the gallery there. But I'll pop up a QR code. Zap it before you go, so you don't have to try and locate me in the crowd here or whatever. But does anybody have any questions about what we do, services? I no longer do weddings, I will say that. Weddings and events. Events is how Dawn and I met, but it's I had to let that one go for sake of more time doing this. But my passion is getting authentic images out of people so that they don't look like ID photos. That is probably my #1 thing, and that then I don't have to sell anything else. We just have conversations. People tell me their needs. I can say that. The Comcast project is spinning on the screen in the other room there. I just finished up with a big job for their swag company. Even better than getting Comcast, I got their swag company who does it for other people. So, yeah, it's just been fantastic since I moved into this community. 2012 is when I moved my studio in, joined the chamber straight away, and haven't looked back since. I never questioned re-upping my dues at all. And so it's been phenomenal. You'll see a lot of people you recognize, including Dr. Korash with the mustache. But yeah, just if I leave anything out, feel free to hit me up before you go, and have a great time. Network, ask questions. I came in here at Green Dot. I thought I was going to get like Vegas card, and it wasn't that way at all. I made a lot of friends, and again, I wouldn't have changed a thing if I could go back to do anything over again. So. And enjoy the food they stayed up working on. So, yes.
Thank you so much, Brian. Now, was there, yes, absolutely, round of applause. You were saying, though, something 40%, you were gonna do something for everything that was sold today. What were you gonna do?
Okay, I'll
Or-
put a QR code,
Yeah.
I'll pop it up, I'll mirror my phone to pop it up here. And so before we disperse, just zap it, it should pick up from the back of the room, I made it big enough. So you won't have to remember any of this. If you zap that code, it'll take you to the site where you'll see that matching image on the web page, and then from there you can just bookmark it and look at it later. It's good until September 1st. I cannot afford to do it any longer than that, but anything you buy today, and just, I'm not a pen roller. If you don't have to do it today, if you find something you like, get the name of it, find it use the search box, find it online, and you can make the purchase there. There is a code, there's a discount code. I mean, it's simple.
Oh, you mean it was a discount?
It's
They get a discount?
40%.
That's a huge discount,
That
Brian.
is. So as long as you remember my studio site, studiobpdx.com / what are the initials for Lake Oswego Chamber?
LOCC.
Just one C.
Just
Oh,
one
I
C.
didn't do the commerce.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, because at 40% off, there's less commerce. LOC. Okay, studiobpdx.com / LOC. I'll pop it up here real quick and then let you get on with your part.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Brian. That's amazing. One more.